we might be live. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, we are live. Welcome to Asakusa at night. One of my favorite spots to be at night in Tokyo. It's not the first time I walk here, but oh, look at Skytree over there. So sparkling and nice. Yeah, certainly not the first time I'm walking here at night, but it's been a while since last time, so I'm excited to be here again. I'm excited to be here again, and I hope you are happy to join me here again. Natsukashi ne. Yeah, right? I feel a bit natsukashi about being here as well. It's been a long time. Yes, this is Kaminarimon or Thunder Gate. Famous tourist spot. So yeah, let's be touristy. Let's walk down here. Let's walk down Nakamise, which is the name of this street here with all the shops. It's evening, so most shops are closed now. Maybe all shops are closed already. Then we will get down to Sensoji Temple, and after that I don't really have much of a plan, except that I certainly want to have a beer at some point tonight, because it's been a while. It's been a while since my last beer break. I think I want a beer with while admiring Skytree. Oh, thank you, Vigilant. Thank you so much for the super chat. And I think, oh sorry, I think I also got a super chat from Wishful Walking Videos. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And on that matter, I would like to do a little shout out to my mega sponsor or mega supporter, Bit of a Wonder. He makes walking videos from the US. So yeah, if you're interested, you should check it out. Check out his channel. It's linked in the video description. Oh, some shops are still open actually. Very sharp picture. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Many people are commenting on the image quality. It's good to hear. Good to hear that everything is looking good. Quite a lot of people out today because it's actually a national holiday here in Japan. So it's been pretty crowded. I was out just in my local area earlier today with the Mini Explorer, my daughter. And I was surprised. It was very crowded, and then I realized, oh, it must be a national holiday. You can definitely tell when you see dads being out with their kids, then you know that it's a national holiday in Japan. Otherwise, it's only moms spending time with their kids outdoor. I'm like the only male person with a stroller that I see most days, but yeah, not today. Mini Explorer. Oh, she's doing great. She's doing great. She's really practicing her walking skills now. She actually started, like, usually I hold her hand and walk around with her, but yesterday she realized that she can use the stroller as a walking aid. So now she does that all the time, and she doesn't want to hold my hand at all. She just want to push the stroller in front of her. So I guess that gives her a sense of autonomy, which she enjoys. Oh, thank you for the heads up, Michael Semira. I might want to pin the FAQ. Yes, let me do that. Let me do that. Yeah. Mini Explorer got her first firmware update. Yes, visual walking videos. I am using Streamlabs. It's the app that I'm always using for my streams. After trying a few other apps a couple of times, but in the end, Streamlabs was the one that gave me the least amount of headache. You see the vending machines. Was there vending machines there? There will be vending machines. Sure, I will try to remember to give you a close-up look on some vending machines later today, later tonight. Wow, everybody's commenting on the quality. Thank you. Happy to hear that. I don't think it's any change though. I'm still using the same equipment as I've been using for the last couple of months, so it should be the usual. Visual walking videos. I think you have to go into the editor and set manually tell Streamlabs to show comments, a comments overlay, and then you can decide if you want that to be visible only for you, which is the way I have it. Some people also make the comments visible for everyone, but I prefer not to. Will you go to Asakusa Underground District? No, I don't have any plans to go there tonight, actually. Who knows, maybe, but it's not on top of my priority list. Let me see. Thinking, no, let's walk down here. I like Asakusa at night. It's a nice place, even though it is very touristy, but it is very nice. Especially now with no tourists, and it's really quiet and nice. What time did you have your dinner? I had some I had a tonkatsu teishoku just before this stream, actually. So that was my dinner. That was my dinner. I was out looking at a new computer. So that's what I was doing before this stream. Planning to upgrade my equipment a little bit. So yeah, and I had tonkatsu. This is Skytree again. What did you choose? I actually I ended up ordering a new computer. I ordered a computer from Gigabyte with a very nice 4K OLED screen and very high specs. So that will be my editing computer from here on. I will get rid of my old MacBook Pro. Yes, big boxy, the Gigabyte Aero OLED. That's the one I got. That's the one I got. I liked it because it doesn't look like a gaming laptop, but it is a very competent gaming laptop as well. So that will be fun. Play some games on it. But it also has a really good screen, which is very important to me, since I do a lot of photo and video editing. This is new. Oh no, I don't think so. Has there been any renovations or anything here recently? Maybe they did something. I think there was some construction going on last time I came here, but I can't say that I noticed anything being new now. So I think I will take a little tour around the shopping streets. Basically the same route as I always do. Just walking down these shopping streets and then back and head down to the river where I will do a little beer break. And then we'll see. I might walk all the way to Skytree if I'm in the mood for that. Otherwise I will wrap things up at the end of the beer break. We'll see. It's interesting. It's a little bit kind of hazy in the sky. So these rays of light that you see, I can actually see those with my eyes as well. Even though it's been very clear today. So that's kind of odd. Helicopter! Yes, helicopter inbound. Helicopter strikes again. Yes. Yes. Ryzen and RTX graphics. Yeah, I prefer AMD as well, but this computer that I bought, there was only an Intel version, so had to go with Intel, but should be okay. Let's head down to the garden here. I'm not sure if it's lit up enough. Back from Sweden. Yes, I am indeed back. I've been back for 3 weeks now, but I've only been out of quarantine for a little over 1 week, so I haven't been able to stream that much. Do you think Tokyo is better than Stockholm? They're both great in different ways. It's something I could talk for ages about, and I feel that I've already covered that subject a million times on my streams before. But yeah, I think Sweden is a better place to raise a child than Japan. But other than that, I think Japan is pretty awesome as well, and I've enjoyed living here for the last 13 years. So both places have their pros and cons. But as far as big, massive cities goes, I think Tokyo is the best big city in the world. Did you do quarantine with your family? Yes, since we came from Sweden, we had to do quarantine at home. We didn't have to do the hotel thing. Sweden is not on the list that requires that, so yeah, we did it together at home. If we had to do the hotel thing, we wouldn't have gone at all, because staying 3 nights in a tiny hotel room with a small child is it's just too cruel. We didn't want to do that to our daughter. So yeah, it was basically the day after they removed Sweden from that list that required hotel quarantine. That's when we decided to go all together. Originally I was supposed to go to Sweden alone, actually, but yeah, we managed to go together, so that was great. Look at this beautiful pagoda. You got 2 weeks hotel quarantine. Wow, that's cruel. How did you cope with that? What kind of child raising problem in Japan? Not enough childcare spots. Like, it's very difficult to get a kindergarten or preschool slot. And then I just think that the school system seems to be better in Sweden. Plus, in Sweden, all education is free up until university level. In Japan, it costs a lot of money to put a child through school. But the biggest issue is probably the lack of nature here in Tokyo. That's not really a Japan thing, it's more like a Tokyo thing. There's lots of beautiful nature in other places of Japan, but I think a city like Tokyo is a little bit too busy, too much of a busy place to raise a child. And if we are going to move somewhere, we'd rather move to Sweden than anywhere else in Japan right now. So yeah, that's why. Couldn't agree more on your comments. Thank you. Yeah. I'm not saying that Japan is a bad country to raise a child. I'm sure it's pretty decent, but yeah. It's not perfect. Wow, so quiet. This shopping street completely empty. Oh, there's one person down there, maybe. Have you ever visited onsen? Yes, many times. So let's just take in the quiet sounds. Oh, wait, did they finally decide to tear down all these? There used to be such like a really nice neighborhood with some maybe it's down there. Okay, let's take the next side street. But I guess they will tear down everything soon. Looks like the whole area is getting ready for a major redevelopment. You mean Sweden is one of the best child raising countries? I wouldn't say the best, but comparing Sweden and Japan, which are the two options that are realistic for us, I think Sweden has the upper hand, yeah. Not sure about other countries. The other Scandinavian countries like Norway, Finland, Denmark, I think they're all good, maybe even better than Sweden actually. Finland is supposed to have very good school system. Thank you, Gordon Swarbrick, for the super chat. Thank you very much. The Japanese people also dance in the rain. No, I don't think I have seen any Japanese people dancing in the rain ever. Kind of weird to see Asakusa devoid of anything moving. Well, the thing is, Asakusa is actually usually really quiet at night. I mean, now of course due to the pandemic it's even more quiet than usual, but daytime Asakusa and nighttime Asakusa are really night and day. Forgive the poor pun, but yeah, it's usually very quiet here in Asakusa. But I think now we will go down to Hoppy Street down here, and I think there will be more people around there than here. Is it worth to get Japanese TV? I don't think so, no. There's not much of interest to me on Japanese TV, even though we do watch some like morning news shows usually when we have breakfast, which are quite decent. But other than that, I mean, I'm not a TV person at all, so I'm not the right one to ask. Beer time for this evening. Yes, there will be beer. There will be beer. There will be beer. Not here, even though it looks quite nice, but I will stay true to my habit of having a quiet beer alone in some park. Thank you, Jenny, for the super chat. Thank you so much. It's nice to go with the beer. Thank you. Welcome back to Asakusa. Thank you. I'm sorry I cannot read your name, but thank you very much. Yeah, rickshaw. There's plenty of them here in Asakusa. It's also part of the whole touristy thing. When there's rickshaw, you know you're in a touristy area. Let's go for a rickshaw ride. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should record a 4K rickshaw ride video at some point. I'm getting into shooting 4K videos again. Those of you following my channel have probably noticed that I posted quite a few 4K videos recently. Before I went to Sweden, it was only live streams. But yeah, now I think I will try to have a bit of a balance between the both. I won't be able to do live stream every day anymore as I did before. I mean, I could, but it started to feel a little bit old. So I'd rather shoot a stream less frequently, but hopefully with a little bit more ambition every time. I just love these small side streets here in Asakusa. You have a big goal for the channel. Big goal. I don't know. Nothing concrete like that, like a specific stream that I would like to do or anything like that. But the goal is probably more, I don't know, being able to produce another type of a little bit more ambitious travel videos in the future. And that's kind of my current goal, at least. And something that I plan to start working on very soon. Thank you, Edwin, for the super chat. Thank you for today's walk. Really miss this place very much. Thank you. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to be back in Tokyo and stream from here again. It's been such a long time, but I've been away. So now I feel a little bit motivated again. About eating Japanese noodles in the stream. No, I'm not too fond of eating while streaming, even though it happens sometimes, but I don't know, it's not just my thing. I prefer beer breaks rather than food, even though I know that I would get way more views if I started doing more food videos and food streams, but I don't know. I prefer to keep things the way I want and not try to budge too much and start doing things just to get more views. But also there's just so many channels dedicated to Japanese food. So yeah, I don't feel the need to become another one of those. Oh. Yeah, I heard that there was a relatively big earthquake in Australia. Team Sylvester asked, what was your thoughts the first time you experienced one in Tokyo? Yeah, what was my thoughts? It's been so long now, I'm so used to it, but I think my first thought was like, I remember the place actually. I had been in Japan maybe for a month or so. I think during my first visit in Japan back in 2008, and I was having dinner with a friend, and suddenly there was like a small earthquake, and she was like, "Oh, it's an earthquake." And I was like, "Really? Is this what it feels like?" I was a little bit disappointed maybe, because it was a very small one. And it was not very obvious. It felt like, when a big truck drives by you on the street or something like that. So I was a little bit like, oh, okay, I thought it was gonna be more than this. But of course, that was just a small earthquake. And then a few years later, I was here when the big earthquake in 2011 struck, and then that time was really horrifying. That time I actually seriously thought that I would die. But I didn't. I survived. But yeah, I have a lot of respect for earthquakes. By the way, person who wanted to see vending machines, I enjoy vending machines now. So yeah, I've experienced quite a lot of big earthquakes in Japan since then, throughout the years. And have a big respect for them, but also, like, before I came to Japan, I was really horrified about the idea of living in a country with plenty of earthquakes. But now I feel much safer in that respect. I am not really afraid of earthquakes anymore, because I know that Japanese houses are very well built and strong in terms of earthquake resistance. So I'm not really worried about dying in an earthquake. compared to what I was before I came here. But I'm more worried about the kind of secondary effects, such as tsunamis or the risk of, you know, important infrastructure being destroyed, or that supermarkets can't get enough food, and things like that are more scary when it comes to earthquakes rather than the actual shaking. It's my opinion now. Now I will start heading down towards the river and for our little beer break. And sorry, there's a couple of hundred people watching now, and the chat is pretty active, so I'm not able to read all the messages. So I'm sorry if I'm not answering some of your questions. Would you like to drink in izakaya? Yes. Before the pandemic, I used to do that quite often, especially when a couple of years ago. And yeah, I do enjoy it, but I'm a little bit hesitant to do that right now. Thank you, in the fairness. Supercar fund, yes. It's been a while. It's been a while since there was any additions to the good old supercar fund. Thank you very much.スウェーデンはザリガニ食べましたか？今回は食べなかった。残念ながら。今回はザリガニパーティーなんか行くチャンスがなかった。So let's get a beer and let's go down to the river. Let's see if I'm always a little bit confused here. We can pass through here. This is the Tobu line, Asakusa station. I think the trains here mostly goes north towards Saitama and Ibaraki. I very rarely use the Tobu lines, but I think the only time I use them is when I go to Nikko, which I don't do super often, but I plan to do it sometime soon, actually, because there's one viewer who keeps requesting me to shoot in Nikko, and I think it would be a nice place to go to. So yeah, I'll do that sometime soon, I think. I know people really like that sound, right? Pew 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 pew. It is a nice street crossing sound, I agree. Best thing about Tokyo for filming is all the lights. Yes, it is. And hello, Stargate Helen. Good to see you in the chat. I will message you soon about our little project. Let's get a beer. It's a premium evening, so let's have a premium beer. Suika でお願いします。はい、スイカでお願いします。あ、大丈夫です。お願いします。Little back exit, back entrance, back exit will take us right to the riverfront, which is a good place for a premium beer. TY, thank you so much for the beer fund. Thank you, appreciate it. I like it when you speak Japanese. Thank you, thank you. This is a pretty nice spot. You have trains, you have Skytree, you have the Golden Poo. What else could you ask for? It's a very nice beer break place. Quite a lot of people down here actually. Ah, Moriabashi, Okairi T さん、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。完璧。そうですね。このビューはやっぱり完璧ですね。
なんか捨てるにはめっちゃもったいなさそうなの。でしかもタイミングすごいなんか。
So yeah, I think I will sit down here. Ah, Takematsu in the house. Good to see you. Long time no see. Long time no see. And I did remember to bring my little tripod today so I can have a beer drinking, hands-free beer drinking experience. Why don't you do good maps like Rambalak? Because I am lazy. Rambalak is very ambitious and very professional. I'm just lazy. I prefer to shoot and post rather than to make maps. Kanpai! Good to have a beer break again. Skål! Cheers! Kanpai! Let's see. Is this a good view?
decent view, right? Can we see a sakura tree often in Japan? You can see the trees very often, yes, but if you want to see the flowers in bloom, that's just for a few weeks every year. Usually here in Tokyo, it's usually, when is it? April?電車遅そうね、ちょっと遅いですね。ちょっと遅いですね。Have this live stream customer TV. The visual quality is outstanding. That's good to hear, Carrie. Happy to hear that. 406 watching now. Yay! Nice. Feels like I'm on my way slowly back to the good old days. I wonder if I think 900 something viewers was like my all-time record. I wonder if that was the peak or if I will ever beat that again. The lights in the tower symbolize anything? Not that I'm aware of, no. They used to have like some text scrolling on the sky tree, like before the Olympics. They had some Olympics motivational quotes and stuff, but not anymore. If you are watching this and if you are enjoying my streams, clicking the like button is a very simple way to show support and to help me a little bit. Of course, if you really want to support me, then I recommend that you join me on Patreon. The link is in the video description. Patreon supporters get access to Patreon-only live streams, which I plan to do one this coming weekend. So that's something to look forward to, maybe. Suteki na keshiki o nanto ka ni boku mo biiru o nomi hajimemashita. よかったね。Would you do live stream of Tokyo Tower? I've streamed at the base of Tokyo Tower a couple of times. I've walked to there, but I've never entered the tower and streamed from inside now, and I have no plans to do so. そうですね。ここで石油取れるからノルウェーが一番お金持ちですか。そうですね。ノルウェーはすごいお金持ちな国。スウェーデンはそんなにお金持ってない。でもノルウェーのなんていう生活結構高い。多分スウェーデンより2倍ぐらいかな。食べ物とか家賃とかすっごい高いノルウェーで。もちろん給料も高いけど。ああ、魚。なるほど、なるほど。I didn't know that. Hey, but that's a different. It's not sakana as in fish, right? It's a different sakana. Good snack for beer. I see. So I understand. なるほど、なるほど。Thank you, Roy. Glad to see the live walks are back. You're keeping me entertained during boring work. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How about a live walk in Adachi-ku? Yeah, I guess that's maybe one of the few ku where I haven't streamed. And I think I've only been there once, ever. I never go to Adachi-ku. So for that reason alone, it would be fun to make a stream from there. So maybe, yeah, let's try to make that happen sometime soon. When will you go back to Sweden next time? I don't know. It's not decided yet. But probably before the end of the year. スウェーデン語とフィンランド語は似てますか？いや、全然似てないです。全く理解できません。スウェーデン語、ノルウェー語とデンマーク語はすごい似てます。なんか方言みたい。でもフィンランド語は全然違います。でもフィンランドでもスウェーデン語をしゃべる人が多い。でもフィンランド語はちょっと不思議な言葉、全く理解できません。こっちまでありがとうございます。ビールの上に、確かのうんこが誰かのうんこ。あ、ビルの上に誰かのうんこ。そうですね。わかんない。誰かのうんこだろうね。これですか。かっこいいけど。ほとんどの人はうんこと言うんですけど、やっぱり僕はあれデザインはすごい好きですけど、やっぱりうんこみたいですね。 Kitasenju is actually in Adachiku. Ah, see, I didn't know that. Did I walk to Kitasenju? No, I don't think I walked to Kitasenju in any of my streams, right? Or did I? Don't remember. Yeah, I think Finnish has some connection to Hungarian as well, yes. Which is also somehow related to Asia. I'm not a linguist, so I don't know exactly, but yeah, Finnish has very different roots than the other Nordic languages, that's for sure. Knowledge, your poop. Thank you for the super chat. Is that RGB tower the Tokyo Tower? No, that is tower over there. It's Tokyo Skytree, not Tokyo Tower. Yeah, I'm almost done with the beer, so I will keep on walking soon. So I guess I will walk down to Skytree. That's convenient because then I can just take one train all the way home. It will take me like an hour to get home, but at least I don't have to do any transfers, so I'll be able to sit. You also haven't walked in Edogawa-ku. That's right, yeah, that's probably right as well. Maybe I should do like a new series or something, walking in all different ku of Tokyo. That would be fun. There's a slide near Skytree. Yes, there's the epic slide that I rode once. That's true, but that's actually way past Skytree, and then I would have to start walking towards Kinshicho. So that's not gonna happen tonight, but yeah, I'll walk to Skytree anyway. according to the Asahi Beer homepage, the golden poo is a fireball. Hinotama. I see. It doesn't look like a fireball to me though. I thought it was more like supposed to be like the foam on top of a beer or something like that, rather than a fireball. Interesting. Gaining opinion. Do you have any recommendation for which area to go in Japan? Mostly Tokyo area in the span of 1 to 2 weeks. I don't really understand the question. You mean areas outside of Tokyo? If you're here for like 2 weeks, I would recommend maybe visiting. Yeah, it really depends what your interests are. If you prefer like cities, or if you want to explore like beautiful nature or things like that. So it's really difficult to give one answer. But if you're here for 2 weeks, I would recommend that you go and see something else than only Tokyo. If you're here for only 1 week, I would say stay in Tokyo, but maybe go on a day trip instead to somewhere like, I don't know, Kamakura or Nikko or Takao-san, or depending on what your preferences are. Takashi さん、ありがとうございます。今来ました。なんていう、その言葉読めない。人出るはどうですか？意味は何ですか？Okay, finish the beer. Let's walk. Okay, that means viewer. Interesting. Wait, where did I put my mask? People out. まあ今日祝日だから人が多いです。ちょっと多いです。浅草はまあそんなに多くないけど、Okay, now I'm wearing my mask again, like a good citizen. So let's walk the Sky Tree before we wrap up today's stream. Gonna take a cliche photo here that might become the thumbnail. Who knows? Who knows? Looks decent enough. I see. Yeah, like this
it's really difficult to give like general recommendations when it comes to travel, because everybody is different. I mean, some people can spend months here in Tokyo and, you know, never get bored. I mean, I lived here for 13 years and I'm rarely bored, whereas other people just want to kind of knock off as many famous spots as possible from their bucket list and visit many different cities. So it's really difficult. Whenever people want me to give like travel recommendations, I prefer to get to know them a little bit better and what they enjoy doing and how they prefer to travel. Some people are slow travelers, some people are more hectic. Ah, すみません。吾妻橋に行きます。今回も。Is Japan fine to travel by yourself? Yes, certainly. In Japan, basically, it's a very, how should I say, a society very accommodating to lonely people and people doing things alone. So there's hardly anything that's considered weird to do alone in this country. There are even karaoke chains that specialize in karaoke for one person. And going out eating and drinking alone is totally normal. You see people doing it all the time. So yeah, actually that's one of the things I enjoy the most, is to travel, especially to like smaller cities in Japan. Travel by myself and just interact with locals, because people tend to be a bit curious, especially when you're a foreigner or non-Japanese person traveling by yourself, and especially if you can speak Japanese, then yeah, I can almost guarantee that you will have a good time. I can almost guarantee that you will have a good time even if you don't speak Japanese, because people will really try their best to communicate with you. You must be careful. There are still dangers of being alone. Yeah, but in general, I think Japan is probably one of the safest countries to travel alone. So I don't really, yeah, I don't think people should be worried. Like basically any country in Europe would probably be more dangerous than traveling alone in Japan. Özlem. Wait, were you the person who I bumped into in Kyoto? Or was that someone else? Japanese の写真家で好きな人がいますか？そうですね、ありますね。あります。そうですね。若い頃はすごい森山大道の写真すごい好きだった。あとまあ昔も荒木もうすごいなんかちょっとインスピレーションだった。今は実は荒木会ったことあります。荒木のバー飲みに行きました。彼は自分のバーを持ってます。 歌舞伎町の方、そこで彼と一緒に飲みに行きました。ちょっと不思議な経験でした。Oh, you passed here yesterday, Takematsu? You often pass this area, right? マジですか。そうです。そうです。スウェーデンの雑誌、ジャーナリストの友達は荒木のインタビューしてたんですけど、僕はそのインタビューの写真撮りました。その時一緒に飲みに行きました。I wonder if Asahi employees can get cheap beer. Yeah, I wonder that too. Maybe they don't want any beer. I don't know, maybe they get too much of it. It's the same, like if you work in a chocolate factory, like I wonder if you enjoy eating chocolate, if you have to deal with it every day.今年はもう海外に行かないんですか？先月スウェーデンに行きました。もう一度行ける可能性もありますけど、まだ決めてないです。Fire truck sound. I don't know. I didn't hear anything. I think I will take the same route as I always do, down to the little canal down here, and then turn. Because you get lots of spots with nice reflections of Skytree there. There are lots of printing companies in this area. Oh really? I did not know that. That's kind of interesting. I don't know, I really like this part of Tokyo though. It's quite a different cityscape compared to where I live. And I kind of enjoy that. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it, but let me just zoom in. That's the moon. That's the moon. Very nice. Beautiful moonrise, I guess. Tough traveler, what's the wheelchair access like in Tokyo? It's as someone who's, I mean, it's not something that I think about that much, but my impression is that it's not great, but it's still like possible to get around Tokyo in a wheelchair. Like at least I think all the train stations do have like elevators and are somewhat wheelchair accessible, for example. But compared to Sweden, for example, where I'm from, where like all restaurants need to have wheelchair accessible bathrooms and things like that, Japan is not so strict. So there are many places that I think would be off limit if you're wheelchair bound. But yeah, someone told me that they had been to Japan and they found it very wheelchair friendly. So I think it really depends on where you're from and what you're comparing it with. Here we go. Here's one of the places where I really enjoy the view. Did you have skimi yesterday night? No, we didn't. But yeah, was it last night? That was like the moon watching. You were supposed to watch the moon. Was that yesterday night? Maybe it was. I thought it was like 2 days ago. But anyway, no, we didn't really do anything related to that. But I did see some people posted very nice moonrise photos on social media. Yeah, this, I think I mentioned this last time I came here, but this entire area around under these train tracks here has been kind of repurposed, and they opened lots of new shops here quite recently, like a year ago maybe. It's called Tokyo Mizumachi. So here you can see all the shops. Quite nice. Quite nice, this area. I like how they repurpose these places that basically where there used to be nothing, just maybe like a parking lot or something under the tracks, and then they turn it into, I don't know, a nice place like this where people can actually hang out and meet, and there's a bit of, you can walk here without having to worry about cars. I like that. There's a lot of that going on in Tokyo, actually. 中秋の名月。中秋の名月。なるほど。Middle autumn. It's funny. It doesn't feel like middle autumn to me. It feels very much like summer. Still summer. But maybe I could agree on like early autumn. But I refuse to say that this is mid-autumn. Because it's still hot. It was 32 degrees here today. I was out with my daughter earlier today and we were like, I had to turn back home because I was worried that she would get a heat stroke because it was so hot. 32 degrees is like peak summer in Sweden. Sorry, I'm texting with my wife. That's why I'm so quiet. Oh, thank you, Aslem. Thank you. That's for you because you pronounce my name so well. We go to Kyoto again. I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I have nothing planned yet, but I want to go there again. I want to go to Kansai and Kyoto and shoot lots of videos around there. So I hope to do so.夜のお散歩いいな。ね。いいですね。Getting closer and closer to Skytree. Can we travel to Japan yet? No, unfortunately not. It is still closed and no one knows when Japan will open up. So there's some speculation, but yeah, it's all just speculation. There's been no official word about opening up for tourism again. It's funny, like you have all these shops and then in the middle of everything you also have a coin laundry. It's a kind of weird place for a shop like that, but maybe there's a demand. Even a hostel under the tracks. Yeah, there was a hostel over there, right? Yeah, I wonder if it's noisy. I don't know how well isolated, like how soundproof these facilities are. Ah! Wait, is this... No? What's this shop? Fuagori. Okay, oh, it's a different. Looks nice though. Looks very nice. Here's a bouldering facility. Yeah, I think I passed here another time. Or I'm sure I did. I've actually never tried this. It looks fun though. I want to do it sometime. Some kids out here playing. Love this place. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's very nice. I want to come here with my wife and daughter sometime. I think my daughter would enjoy it too. And my wife as well. Does your daughter speak already? No, I know she doesn't speak, but she's kind of maybe saying Papa. But I'm not sure if she actually understands what it means. But if I tell her, "Can you say Papa?" Then she replies, "Pa pa pa, pa pa pa." She usually says it three times though, but yeah, she replies like that, and then she looks at me and smiles. And then my wife tried to ask her if she can say Mama, and she doesn't say anything. But yeah, she's a lot of fun, and really now she's so close to being able to walk. So, and she's super excited about it. Like whenever she's walking, she's like get this massive smile on her face, and she's like sometimes she's even like laughing out loud just because she's walking while holding my hand. Super cute. She's the best. But okay folks, we reached Skytree. However, I think in order for me to reach my station, which is here, Oshiage Station, we are now here. So I need to cross through the entire facility. And I think I will just keep on walking along this little canal. Where's the aquarium? Yeah, the aquarium. It's very nice actually. The aquarium is in here. You can see the sign there, Sumida Aquarium. It's very nice. You asked if I was going to film there. No, I'm not planning to do so because basically I'm quite reluctant to filming inside shops and facilities just because you usually need permission. But it's a nice aquarium. I went there on one of the earlier dates with my wife actually. We had a good time. It's beautiful. It was fun. Very cheesy date spot, but it worked. I think that time they were doing some collaboration with an artist that my wife was curious about. So that's why she wanted to go there. But yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of a little bit tempted to let my daughter join one of my Patreon only streams at some point. I just feel that it would be nice to let you, some of my most loyal viewers, get to know her a little bit better, because she's such a funny person, and I really want to introduce you to her. But we'll see. She's a little bit unpredictable still, so maybe when she's a little bit bigger and actually do as I say. And especially right now, she's like super, like she has a very, very strong will, and when she doesn't get what she wants, she just gets really angry and yells at me, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, maybe at some point. I'm not promising, so you shouldn't join my Patreon just because you want to meet my daughter, but hopefully you can join for other reasons as well. But maybe at some point. Do as I say. Yeah, I'm in for a ride. Yeah, I know. Kids are kids. But hopefully soon she will at least understand what I say, and play along with me nicely every once in a while. Who knows? Now we're almost really straight below Skytree. It's a pretty interesting perspective, this. Good to see that so many of you enjoy to see Skytree. It's also one of these very touristy spots that is actually quite nice, especially at night. Although I'm not so fond of the facilities up there. I think they're kind of not so nice, but of course the view is quite spectacular. But at least this area is very nice at night. little bit further, and then we will be at the station. Yes, Robot Cafe closed a few months ago, probably without tourists. They couldn't survive. I was never a fan of the Robot Cafe, so I can't say I mind that they're closed, but yeah, I guess some people like that place. But yeah, we are now at Oshiage Station, where I will wrap up this stream. Thanks a lot to all of you who joined me tonight. I hope you had a good time. I know for sure that I did. Oh, and look, now it's 8 o'clock, and I think that means that they're switching off the lights of Skytree. They're also, I think they're still switching off like all the screens in Shibuya and maybe some other major landmarks at 8 as a kind of incentive for people not to gather at night. Not sure how effective that is, but yeah. But seems like the state of emergency will be lifted soon here in Tokyo, finally. So let's see what happens next month, if everything will be back to normal again and everything will start operating as usual. All the restaurants and bars can serve alcohol again, or I'm not sure. I hope so, but I'm not sure. Well, I mean, I hope that things will be back to normal, but I'm not sure if like starting to operate normally is actually wise to do already. But I don't know, it would be nice to have a kind of more sense of things being back to normal. But anyway, I will say goodbye to you here with this view of about a third of Skytree, the rest hiding behind this high-rise tower. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye bye, thank you, good night, and I'll see you all, yeah, maybe tomorrow. I'll probably do a premiere tomorrow again. Okay, bye.